You need to confront your emotions, stop eating them. Oh, we're live. Yeah, you need to confront your emotions, not eat them. And we are going to give you six ways in which we've confronted our emotions instead of eating them. But before we do that, we're on day 17 of our 21
Almost done
day
with day 17.
fast from solid foods. And what have we been eating? What did you have today?
So every day I start out with a coffee.
Me too.
Today for breakfast, I was feeling a little uh, weak, I would say, lack of energy. So I went straight for the protein smoothie this morning for breakfast.
Hmm.
Um, what else for lunch? I had a few tablespoons of hummus with some, I think, just water, no fruit juices and stuff today,
Hi.
and then a snack later in the day. You made kind of this I don't know, Puerto Rican rice soup thing
Yes,
that I had.
it's a savory rice soup made out of rice, milk, and salt and water. That's it. Let me know if you're Puerto Rican and if you've had that soup.
So actually, it's been good. I'm feeling food wise. I'm feeling pretty strong. Like just 4 days left now after this, and
Hmm.
I'm used to the routine,
Hmm.
but I can tell you that a lot of emotions have come up from putting aside distractions and praying to God to focus on our purpose. And He's revealing to me a lot of things that were maybe holding me back. And I can tell you before this fast, I was not paying attention to those emotions very well, even with some of the mindful eating. Because I was still calorie counting, I could still find ways to distract myself with sweets or treats or other things, even with staying in the boundaries of my calorie counting. But right now, I don't have the distraction of food to take me away from facing these things head on. And I've been praying to face these things head on. So here they are. So mission accomplished with the fast and actually having a focus on hearing from God, getting some direction, preparing for this new season. And it can be painful but necessary growing pains.
Fasting is going to come with challenges. They're going to come with physical challenges of hunger and spiritual challenges of confronting areas of ourselves that we tend to ignore because we're distracted with whatever it is we're fasting from. Sometimes, last year he fasted from video games and, he had some, issues that came up. This time he's fasting food. So whether you're fasting food or you're fasting whatever it is that you want to overcome, the addiction that you want to overcome, it's going to come with its challenges.
Or what you may be using as a distraction to keep you from being the best version of yourself
Challenge
in
to
other ways.
grow.
A
Yeah,
lot of people use social
absolutely.
media or streaming services or
Right.
whatever else to as a
To
huge distraction.
suppress. Yeah, to suppress.
Suppress or ignore, yeah.
So, for us, we are trying to overcome food addiction, and this stemmed from praying for courage, clarity, and strength into and through our next season. And we did that at the end. We did this at the end at the beginning of a new Jewish year, calendar year, and also strategically right before the US election, because we really do have a heaviness about
It'd be hard. Yeah.
the a heavy heart about the division in the country. And the Bible tells us that he places authority, he allows people in authority to be placed in authority. So we have nothing to fear, and what we are praying for is for God to give us peace through this, strength to get through the process, for God to lead the leaders
For
of
the
this
for the political
country.
leaders to have godly strategies and wisdom for uniting this country rather than allowing it to stay divided.
But in the process, I mean, we could have just simply ignored the situation and continue on with our eating. We decided, we are going to, at the same time, like this is a sacrifice for us because we are so addicted to food. And you don't know how addicted to food you are until you decide to fast. And then, in that process, we're developing our self-control so that when we are done with the fast, we go in with a mindset of not just unleashing, like his mom said to him yesterday that you share with me.
So when you're done with the
When you're
fast,
done
we'll
with the
celebrate.
fast
I
and we're going
said,
to
no, I
celebrate.
don't
No,
want that
this,
mentality.
yeah, we don't want to necessarily celebrate with just indulging in all kinds of food. There's so many different ways that you can celebrate. But I had a similar day to you. I had a better day today. I did start with a shake. I also then had a tomato soup, and then I made the rice soup, and then we went for a walk. And walk is just so nice. And we discussed what we would be talking in our video today, and we came up with 6 different things that we that we have done to confront our emotions, obviously imperfectly, but we are still in the pursuit of them. And one of them that I started a long time ago was, being mindful and journaling. Sometimes in writing, other times just in my mind, and I would sometimes do video, journal and or recording. Is about, becoming aware of my emotions and what triggered me. Like, I would ask myself questions like, why am I eating what I'm eating? A couple of years ago, it started with, I stopped drinking for a second time, but I wanted to stop this time because I was like, why am I drinking? Why am I having alcohol each night? Why can I stop it? Why can I just stop at one? What is it that I am trying to suppress when I am drinking that alcohol? Because how do I feel when I drink it? The days after, I would wake up really tired. Why am I drinking this if it's making me feel tired? I don't like how it feels. I can't stop it. So why am I drinking? When I'm drinking, what I was drinking, which at the time was wine. So that led me to realize that, you know what, wine is not good for me and I'm just going to quit it. It's doing me a disservice and it's keeping me from fulfilling my purpose. So that is, mindful
And
journaling.
that was her motivation for creating the free resource we have linked
Right.
below, which is a mindful eating journey,
Yeah.
where we give you those prompting questions for more than 2 months in a row for
Mhm.
you to be able to build that pattern and recognition and
Exactly.
change the bad habits or break the wrong thinking.
So what you want, what I looked at is I saw the pattern between my emotions and when I was drinking. And it used to be where I would drink at night after the end of my day. I was tired and exhausted, and I would turn to alcohol to relax and, or to, be able to go to sleep. And then I realized, why am I turning to alcohol to relax or to go to sleep? Why can't I just discuss about my day, unwind in a different way, talk to Brett, pray, spend a time doing something interesting or fun, like reading a book, watching a good show, or something different then. Or, I would turn to drinking and scrolling and then feeling like, why am I not becoming a contributor? And instead, I'm just being a consumer. I was a consumer of alcohol, I was a consumer of social media. And so, yeah, so that's number one. That is one of the ways that we have addressed it by.
No, number two, stress management, engaging in stress relieving activities. So, for me, I've told Glenda oftentimes recently, I need to go to the gym. I
Mhm.
need to get on the Stairmaster and build up that cardio so it releases those good feeling chemicals and it gives you that runner's high and you let the stress go, you work it out of you. There are other ways to do it. It can be something as simple as like prayer meditation or breathing exercises or stretching on a yoga mat. And
Yeah. At different times, we have told each other, go to the room. This is the room we come to pray. Go to the room. You need to go to the room and lock yourself in the room and go pray. And so we'll
yeah,
just take a time out.
if we've got an attitude
Mhm.
that needs to get checked, it's a great reminder.
Yeah. Yeah.
And God is the best attitude adjuster. Is so easy to start counting your blessings and having an attitude of gratefulness to turn around whatever selfish or self-pity wrong thinking is going on that gives us poor attitude.
Yeah, we encourage you, if you don't have a space in your house in which to go to, find a little spot, a little area where
Comfy
you would
chair
go.
somewhere.
Before we would come here, there was a time where I created this little out of cardboard, and I put a piece of like a piece of thread, and it was like, prayer time, and I would hang it in the door so he knew I was,
Don't come
busy,
in.
don't come in. Now we kind of know, so we don't use it, but maybe that is something that you can do. Like, hey, I'm in my quiet time.
Or other times, places we've lived, you went into the walk-in closet.
Yeah,
and
when I
closed
had
yourself
a
in there.
bigger walk-in closet, I would go into the walk-in closet and I would close myself in there and just lay down on the floor and, pray. So definitely encourage that. Another way, physical activity. I was honestly a little bit stressed about some of the work that I have to do today. I am in school completing a degree in community psychology, as well as doing some digital marketing work and social media for a couple of churches in our personal. And I was feeling a little bit stressed, and I said I need to go for a walk. Like, Brett was ready to do this live 40 minutes ago, and I said I'm not ready. I want to go for a walk. And so that was what I needed, and it was during that walk in which my mind became clear as to what we would discuss and talk about today. So yeah,
I
physical
apologize. I jumped
activity.
ahead with my gym was supposed to be in this one. Number
No,
3,
it could be
physical
stress
activity.
management, because gym can be physical activity or stretch management.
Okay.
Physical activity or stretch management, that is kind of parallel. It can be, kind of addressed in a similar way. And exercise definitely can boost your mood, and it can reduce stress, and
Absolutely.
as a healthy alternative to emotional eating, actually. So
And something else I sometimes combine with the exercise, since I'm going to be on the Stairmaster for, let's say, an hour, in the phone, I can, put on other things that are helpful to stress relief. So I may listen to a motivational message or a preaching or something
yes.
else, or watch a Bible study or things like that. That can, it's almost like a double dose of feel good, feel better, stress management, by doing the physical activity while feeding my eyes and my ears and my brain with something positive as well.
Yeah, one of the things you don't want to do is listen to some of the music these days and the lyrics that make you more upset. So be careful with what you are listening to. But a creative outlet, is a way. Listening to music, doing art, singing, writing, expressing your emotion. I love writing. I like to do digital marketing, and it is an outlet for me. And ever since I started digital marketing, I have actually been able to, it's been an outlet for me to address the mindless eating at night. I turn to that when Brett, because he likes to eat at night and I don't like to eat at night. Whenever in the process of me developing the self-control, I would go in my bedroom and I would just spend that time using my creative brain and seeing how could I, share a video, be a contributor of what God has blessed me with, the knowledge or my testimony, or how I've been blessed and how I can share that to inspire someone. If you don't know, we have a second platform called at Influence for Purpose, and in Spanish, Influencia para Propósito, where we seek to live with faith-filled intention in God, His Word, and His ways. And it is to live with faith-filled intention. And so, it's a creative outlet for me. I share little pieces of nuggets of what God has done with me, how He's healed me, how He's kept our marriage, and how He's blessed us with an amazing daughter who is married to a pastor. And we have a beautiful family, and we're just so blessed in so many areas. So there are things that cause me stress, and obviously there are things and traumas that are suppressed inside that maybe don't all come out all at once, and it's like an onion. And so when it comes out, I used to turn to food and or alcohol, and now I am addressing it. It's coming up, we're discussing it.
Yeah, I definitely turned to eating for almost all of my emotions for way too long. And even with the mindful eating approach, as I was addressing some of them by cutting back the amount of food I was eating, I'm seeing how much more was still there with the fast. So anyway, back to the creative outlets. There are productive ways that we can deal with our stress as opposed to unproductive. And sometimes I still tend to go to the unproductive rather than productive, and creativity is a great alternative to that.
What do you do for creativity, Brett?
What do I do for creativity? I don't know. My job during the day is like a lot of creative stuff, which is good. So I haven't been doing a lot yet. I try to help you with the
You are so
platforms.
creative. He is such a creative person. And then sometimes at night, he's like used all his
Used up all my
creativity. So
creativity.
then he
I've
turns to
used up all
food.
my
I
words.
actually put him in the spot there because I'm the
That's
one
okay
that's,
because
but I'm
I
challenging
do need to
him.
find a new creative
I think that
hobby, which is our platforms.
I think each one of us, like I remember his best friend when I went through a mental breakdown, his best friend used to say to him, she should find a creative outlet. And I remember distinctively those words from Kevin.
Interesting.
And I tried painting, but
Sewing.
I'm not a painter. I tried, so many other
Sewing.
things.
You
And
did pretty
so
good at furniture refurbishing
I
for a little
did.
while.
We
That was
did
some
go
cool
through
stuff.
a run of refurbishing furniture. We sold a few pieces for a good amount of money, and yeah, I don't do that right now because I don't have a lot of time. But I really do enjoy the refurbishing process. So now I
Your
started
social media is your
photography. Today
yeah.
I took an actual class. Someone came to my house and taught me how to manage my camera, and I'm very excited. So look out for some.
Better photos.
Better photos, yes. And it is just a way to yeah, just to have an outlet to not turn to food.
So number 5 is something I still need to get better at,
Hmm.
which is social support.
Hmm.
Talking to friends, family, join a support group to process emotions without turning to food. So
Yeah, he comes to me a lot, and I'm so thankful for that. And I go to him a lot, and I'm also thankful for that. But I also see a therapist on a regular basis, on occasional, but on a regular basis, like every 3 months, 2 to 3 months, I see her.
and I joined a men's group at church, but we haven't been meeting regularly the last month, and I don't have a lot of close friends. I have one childhood friend who's my best friend, but I'm missing the Bible-based conversations with him. So there is still an aspect that, and also it's just I was admitting to Glenda today. I have trouble reaching out for help. I try to do everything on my own. So yeah, there's stuff there still that's being dealt with.
Yeah, I have sought out mentorship. I have sought out coaching. I've sought out spiritual help. I have a best friend, my family, like I seek help. I like the idea. I could definitely do better. I am not trying to brag. I'm just the reason that I'm saying that is because sometimes we need that social support and we realize how beneficial that can be. And if you are someone who is struggling with food addiction, we are here to help you, even though Brett confessed that he sometimes struggles seeking for help. With all the more reason, if you're seeking for help, he can help because he understands, like, hey, you don't have to feel awkward if seeking help is difficult. He understands that. And I come from someone who do seeks help. So, we're a team. If you want it.
And I actually like helping other people. It's weird that I won't reach out for help. So
right. We work as a team and we do better working together. Like we're better together. So you get two for the price of one, basically. But we're here and we are also on we have a private Facebook group if you want to join. And we are developing that to develop a community of mindful eaters. This is not a diet, this is a lifestyle. And it's not about losing weight, although that it should be the result of a healthy relationship with food.
Benefit.
But if you want to lose weight, he's done it. I've lost weight, but I didn't lose weight the healthy way. I have maintained my weight the healthy way, but I, according to the BMI, should lose. So if you're looking for social support, we are here. If you want to start with the journal, like he said, it's in the description below. And last is professional help. Consider therapy or counseling for emotional regulation and coping strategies. When I had my mental health breakdown and I had the realization of all of these things. This happened when in 2006. Um, it was back then where I actually had the therapist that I have now is what she was a student that was providing help, because I went to a school to get help from students that were supervised by psychologists. And so she was a student and she helped me through that time in my life. And years later, after me not finding someone that I felt comfortable with, I remember her name. I looked her up and I found her, and she became my therapist again. But when I was with her way back then, I remember I did support groups on mindful eating. And as a matter of fact, I was thinking of a book that at the time she had referred to me, and I'm going to ask her next time I speak with her. 50 ways to soothe yourself, 50 or 100 ways to soothe yourself other than with food. Because I remember at the time I used to tell her, like, I turn to food and I don't want to turn to food. So this is an ongoing battle for me. But I have been able, after all these years, finally feel like, okay, I have a good handle on it, and I cannot keep what I have been blessed with, and to be, the ability to control myself and exercise self-control and overcome food addiction to myself. And this is why we are here and trying to help you, and so does Boom. So anyways, this is Boom, and that's Baby back here. And then we have Bella.
She's on the floor.
She's on the floor. But yeah, so this is day 17, and those are 6 different ways. If you stay till this end, which have you tried? Which one will you try? How is your relationship with food? Let us know. And if you have any questions, please feel
Don't
free to
hesitate to
share
reach
them.
out.
Don't hesitate to reach out. If you want to jumpstart with a fast, we're still fasting until October 27th. It's 4
4-day fast
days.
is still
4-day
challenging.
fast.
Super
Yeah,
challenging.
and you don't have to
A 1-day
fast.
fast is challenging.
Yeah, you don't have to fast of all foods. Maybe you just fast. You know what? I'm not going to eat food after 5. Or I'm not going to have breads, or I'm not going to have sweets, or I'm just going to be on soft foods, or I'm just going to eat soups. Whatever that might look like. But if you don't think you're addicted to food, try fasting that food and see, and then you'll know if you are or not, if you can fast from it. So,
So
you have anything else?
Nope.
All right, we are going to get going, but before we do, I am going to say a prayer, and then can you say the prayer today?
Sure.
All right, thank you.
God, thank you so much for another day. Thank you, Father, for just this opportunity to share our journey with each other, to reach out with this journal, hopefully to reach people who are struggling and need help, and we want to be there for them and come alongside them. And so we just pray for them, and whatever, if it's food addictions or just mindful eating that they're interested in, or the fast, whatever it is, God, we just pray that you will help them, guide them, give them strength to do it, and that they just call on you if they need help. And we're grateful for this platform, for this opportunity, for community, and we just bless them, and we do all this in the name of Jesus.
Amen. Thank you so much. If you liked what you saw, please make sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and click the bell so that you are notified when we come on live next. Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.